of antigen and the definition of antibody quickly. Can anybody define antigen and antibody? Yes.
Antigens are the substances which immune the antibody response.
Anything more?
Antigens are any foreign substance
Hmm?
which
Antigen,
Huh?
any foreign substance which when introduced parentally to the any living animal, it um, evokes specific immune response.
Very good. So antigen is a foreign substance which when introduced parenterally, parenterally means out of the oral cavity, when any foreign substance introduced parenterally into the host, that will induce the immune system for production of antibodies or specified T cells. And further, we say that this antigen react with these formed antibodies or specified T cells in an observable manner, right? That is the definition of antigen. What is the definition of antibody? What are antibodies? Huh? Antibodies are the
Fight against antigen in
okay that
Antibodies are immunoglobulins.
uh,
The, whe- the protective protein produced by the immune system responds to foreign substances.
right. Basically, these antibodies are the specific proteins, I mean to say, which are produced against the antigen or a foreign substance by immune system. And again, these antibodies which are formed will react with the foreign substance in an observable manner, right? So these are antibodies. Now, when you talk about this antigen antibody reaction, right? Now, this antigen antibody reactions are very important. Always you should know first before you start what for what purpose we are supposed to study this. Now, what is the learning outcome, rather you can say, because this is your new type of syllabus which is learning outcome based syllabus, it is said. So that is to say that after learning this antigen antibody reactions, what knowledge you should acquire, that first is to be defined, and then after completing this unit, you will yourself analyze whether whatever learning outcomes we have talked about, whether they are achieved or not, right? So first learning outcome of this unit, you can say, is you should be able to define antigen antibody and antigen antibody reaction. Also, second thing is that you should be able to know the importance of antigen antibody reaction, right? You should be able to know the importance of antigen antibody reaction, that why this antigen antibody reaction should be studied. Then you should be able to understand the general properties or general features or the general rules, rather you can say, of antigen antibody reactions, how they participate in neutralization of the influence of antigen that you are supposed to study and know it. Then you are supposed to understand the mechanism of this antigen antibody reaction. What mechanism is involved in this antigen antibody reaction that you are supposed to study or you know. Then different serology, different antigen antibody reaction and their applications also you should be. So इतना समझो लर्निंग आउटकम है. अगर ये टॉपिक खत्म होने के बाद if you are able to say get this, achieve this, then we can say that the learning outcome has been achieved. right? So before you talk about this, can you see my whiteboard?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we are talking about antigen antibody reaction. As I stated, we should know what are this antigen antibody reaction and what are the serological reaction. That is the difference what you should know between this. Now, by definition, if you want to define antigen antibody reaction, by definition it is stated that antigen and antibodies, when combined with each other specifically and in an observable manner, that is referred as antigen antibody reaction. Or alternatively, you can say that when an antigen solution is mixed with its counter antibody, because as we already talked about the fact that antigen, hello, are you able to hear me?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
When an antigen or antigen solution,
स्क्रीन नहीं देख सकते.
हेलो,
स्क्रीन
स्क्रीन
दिसत
दिसत
नाही
नाहीये?
सर. नाही.
दिख रही सर.
दिख रही क्या नहीं
दिसत
दिख रही?
आहे. दिसत आहे सर.
हाँ चलो ठीक है.
नाही
बाकी
सर.
किसको नहीं दिख रहे होंगे तो उनका प्रॉब्लम है, थोड़ा देख लेना, हो जाएगा, थोड़ी देर के बाद आ जाएगा, क्योंकि मैंने स्क्रीन चेंज किया है अभी, तो आ जाएगा थोड़ी देर. So another definition what you can give about antigen antibody reaction is when a antigen solution is mixed with in a correct proportion. When a antigen solution is mixed in a correct proportion with its antiserum, right? An antigen antibody complex is formed. So what you are supposed to see here is that when you talk about antigen, right, this is your antigen, this antigen is interacting with this antibody. Now when antigen is allowed to react with antibody, what it is said, that it gives antigen antibody complex. Now this is a specific reaction. This is a specific reaction. What sort of specificity you will find here? That a particular antigen will induce the immune system for production of a typical type of antibody, right? And this will interact and form an antigen antibody complex. So this is the first step, right? Now when antigen induces immune system for production of antibody and react with it, forms an antigen antibody complex. Now whether this antigen antibody complex is formed or not, we are not knowing it, unless and until the reaction becomes observable. Unless and until the reaction becomes observable. जैसे एक सिंपल एग्जांपल, आपने ब्लड ग्रुपिंग की बात सुनी होंगी, ब्लड ग्रुप किया कैसे किया जाता है ये आपको पता होगा. सभी लोगों का ब्लड जो है वो रेड कलर का है ना? ये किसी का है ब्लू या ग्रीन कलर का? मेरे हिसाब से तो नहीं होना चाहिए, अगर आप नॉर्मल है तो टेक इट फॉर ग्रांटेड दैट सब नॉर्मल है और सबका ब्लड का कलर रेड है, ठीक है ना? लेकिन सबका ब्लड ग्रुप अलग है, और ये कब पता चलेगा? ब्लड ग्रुप अगर आपको पता करना है तो आपका जो ब्लड है, मतलब ब्लड व्हेन यू टेक एज एन एंटीजन, ब्लड के ऊपर कुछ एंटीजेंस है ना? जो ब्लड के ऊपर एंटीजेंस है, उस ब्लड को अगर आप रिएक्ट करते हो स्पेसिफिक एंटी सीरम के साथ जिसमें एंटीबॉडीज होते हैं, तो ये एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्ट करेगा. तो पहले स्टेप में क्या होगा? एंटीजन जो आपके ब्लड के ऊपर है वो एंटीबॉडी के साथ जो आपने ऐड किया है उसके साथ अगर काउंटर फिट है, स्पेसिफिक है, तो इंटरैक्ट करेगा. तो ये तो तब तक पता नहीं चलेगा, लेकिन ये ऑब्जर्वेबल कब होगा और ये दिखेगा कब, या आपको पता कब चलेगा? जब आपको आंखों से दिखने वाला कुछ रिएक्शन उसमें मिलेगा. अगर आंखों से दिखने वाला रिएक्शन मिलता है, इसका मतलब यह है कि आपके ब्लड में कुछ टिपिकल टाइप का एंटीजन है, वो आप फिर उसको आइडेंटिफाई कर सकते हो, ठीक है ना। सो एंटीजन will react with antibody in a specific and observable manner, and when it gives an observable interaction, you can say that it is antigen antibody reaction. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल यहां अगर आप बोलते हो कि एंटीजन है और एंटीजन रिएक्ट कर रहा है एंटीबॉडी के साथ, तो पहले स्टेप में एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी कॉम्प्लेक्स बनेगा। अब ये एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी कॉम्प्लेक्स ऑब्जर्वेबल रिएक्शंस में अगर बदलता है तो ये रिएक्शन क्या हो सकती है? ये प्रेसिपिटेशन हो सकता है, अग्लूटिनेशन हो सकता है, लिसिस हो सकता है, कुछ भी हो सकता है जो कि आपको आंखों से दिखे, राइट। नाउ इफ दिस टाइप ऑफ रिएक्शन इज ऑब्जर्वेबल, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज antigen antibody reaction. Hope you got the definition of antigen antibody reaction. Is it? Are you okay with this?
Yes,
Have
sir.
you understood the definition? Somebody will
Yes, sir.
respond me.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, this antigen antibody reaction can be carried out in vitro. In vitro means out of the body. When antigen antibody reactions are carried out in vitro, they can be carried out in vitro, they are carried out in vivo also. In vivo मतलब अपने बॉडी के अंदर। तो जब अपने बॉडी के अंदर वो रिएक्शन होती है तो उसका जो एम है या उसका जो इंपॉर्टेंस है या उसका महत्व अलग है। लेकिन जब वो अपन इन विट्रो करते हैं, मतलब लेबोरेटरी में करते हैं, तो वो दूसरे चीजों के लिए करते हैं। So let us see. So as I used to say that when you talk about antigen antibody reaction can take place in vivo as well as in vitro. It can be in vivo as well as in vitro. When it is carried out in vitro antigen antibody reactions are also called as serological reactions. They are also called as serological reactions. So whatever the reactions they are carried out in pathological labs, Vidal test है, ABO blood group system है, then syphilis की टेस्ट है, या now कोरोना की टेस्ट है। ये जो टेस्ट चल रहे हैं ये serological reactions है, ये serological reactions है, and these serological reactions can be used for detection of either antigen or antibody. दोनों डिटेक्शन हो सकता है, ठीक है। एंटीजन भी डिटेक्ट कर सकते हो आप, एंटीबॉडी भी डिटेक्ट कर सकते हो, लेकिन इन विट्रो अगर आप करते हो तो दिस कैन आल्सो बी कॉल्ड एज serological reactions. And when you talk about serological reaction, the importance of serological reaction is that it is used first thing in diagnosis of the infectious disease. It is used in diagnosis of infectious disease. This is the first thing. इन विट्रो जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल अगर कोरोना टेस्ट करना है तो क्या देखा जाता है? अभी जो रैपिड कोरोना टेस्ट चालू है उसमें क्या देखते हैं? इट इज बीइंग सीन फॉर एंटीजन, सो इट इज डिटेक्टिंग एंटीजन। सो फास्ट एंटीजन डिटेक्शन किट वॉट एवर इट इज अवेलेबल नाउ विच इज गोइंग ऑन इन परभनी। आपको मालूम होगा कल परभनी में 125 पॉजिटिव लोग मिले हैं। कल संडे था और जो टेस्टिंग की है उसमें 125 कोरोना पॉजिटिव टेस्ट आए हैं एंड दे हैव डिटेक्टेड एंटीजन, राइट। सो द फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट ऑफ इन विट्रो एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शन इज डायग्नोसिस ऑफ इन्फेक्शन। जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल आपको बुखार आ रहा है तो डॉक्टर बोलता है विडाल टेस्ट करो, तो विडाल टेस्ट जो है दिस इज यूज्ड फॉर डायग्नोसिस ऑफ टाइफॉइड। सो द फर्स्ट एम और फर्स्ट इंपॉर्टेंट part of in vitro or serological reaction is diagnosis of infection. Second is epidemiological survey. Now what is going on in Parbhani or throughout India is epidemiological survey. जो ये rapid antigen testing kit use किया जा रहा है, this is actually a campaign called as epidemiological survey, where you are trying to locate the positive cases amongst the population. You are surveying the things, right? You are analyzing a huge population and testing for presence of antigen. It can be done vice versa also. Antibodies can also be tested. But when you test for antibodies, that will tell the resistance level. And if you check for antigen, higher dose of antigen if you get is an indication that you are infected. Similarly, you can talk about detection of antibodies. There are two ways. Either you can detect for immunoglobulin M and you can detect for immunoglobulin G also. And if you get positive results, the things will be different. Can anybody tell me, suppose you are analyzed, a person is analyzed for presence of antibody and he shows presence of immunoglobulin M. What you can say about that particular infection or the person? What information you can get about this if the person shows presence of immunoglobulin immunoglobulin M in the sample and immunoglobulin G in the sample next? What can you understand?
Primary infection.
Yes, बरोबर आहे, बरोबर आहे. काय लक्षात येईल, जर समजा इम्युनोग्लोबुलिन एम डिटेक्ट झाला, मी अगोदर जर तुम्हाला आठवत असेल तर मी सांगितलं होतं की आपल्या शरीरात जेव्हा इन्फेक्शन होते आणि आपलं इम्युन सिस्टीम ज्यावेळेस रिस्पॉन्स करतं त्यावेळेस पहिली अँटीबॉडी जर कुठली बनत असेल तर ती आहे इम्युनोग्लोबुलिन एम. आणि त्यामुळे जर समजा डिटेक्शन केलं अँटीबॉडीचं आणि इम्युनोग्लोबुलिन एम प्रेझेंट असेल सॅम्पल मध्ये, व्हॉट दिस इंडिकेट? इट इंडिकेट्स दॅट इट इज रिसेंट इन्फेक्शन. कारण इम्युनोग्लोबुलिन एम चा हाफ लाईफ पिरियड किती आहे? किती आहे?
5 days.
राइट, इट इज ओनली 5 days. दैट इज टू से कि 5 दिन के बाद ये इसका कैटाबॉलिज्म शुरू हो जाएगा. मतलब अगर इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन एम बॉडी में दिखता है तो ये इंडिकेट करता है कि आपको रिसेंट इन्फेक्शन हुआ है. और अगर इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन एम के बजाय हायर कॉन्सेंट्रेशन ऑफ इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन जी दिखता है, इसका मतलब ये है कि आपका इन्फेक्शन पुराना है. मतलब 5 दिन के बाद जो इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन एम पहले बना था उसको रिप्लेस कर दिया है आप अभी इम्यूनोग्लोबुलिन जी ने. तो इसका मतलब ये हुआ कि आपका इन्फेक्शन पुराना है ना. तो ये बात इसमें दिखेगी एपिडेमियोलॉजिकल सर्वे. तो पहला जो इंपॉर्टेंस है इन विट्रो रिएक्शंस का. इन विट्रो रिएक्शंस क्या है? जो बाहर बॉडी के बाहर पैथोलॉजिकल लेबोरेटरीज में किए जाते हैं या लेबोरेटरीज में किए जाते हैं उनको कहा जाता है इन विट्रो रिएक्शंस. तो पहला उसका इंपॉर्टेंट काम जो है फॉर द डायग्नोसिस ऑफ इन्फेक्शन. सेकेंड इज फॉर epidemiological surveys where antigen or antibodies are detected and the persons are screened out in epidemics particularly, right? The third aspect of antigen antibody reaction which are carried out in vitro is identification of infectious agent. Means positive organism जो है वो निकाला जाए, उसका आइडेंटिफिकेशन किया जाए. ये नॉर्मली तब इंपॉर्टेंट होता है जब एक डिसीज having symptoms is being caused by different organisms. जैसे for example, if you take an example of enteric fever, right? If you take an example of enteric fever या local language में उसको टाइफॉइड कहिए, तो टाइफॉइड की बात अगर आप करते हो तो आपने देखा होगा एक्चुअली अपन नॉर्मली बोलते टाइम टाइफॉइड बोलते हैं, लेकिन उसके दो टाइप के इन्फेक्शन है. एक तो टाइफॉइड फीवर होता है या दूसरा होता है पैराटाइफॉइड. पैराटाइफॉइड फीवर. तो टाइफॉइड और पैराटाइफॉइड फीवर के पॉजिटिव ऑर्गेनिज्म अलग अलग है लेकिन दोनों के सिम्टम्स सेम है. मतलब टाइफॉइड में जो सिम्टम्स है वही पैराटाइफॉइड में है, सिर्फ उसको नाम अलग से ये दिया गया है बिकॉज द ऑर्गेनिज्म इज डिफरेंट. सो टी ए एंड बी मीन्स साल्मोनेला टाइफी कॉजेस टाइफॉइड, साल्मोनेला पैराटाइफी ए कॉजेस पैराटाइफॉइड and Salmonella paratyphi B causes the paratyphoid fever. So if you want to know what is the causative agent, again Vidal test will help you for knowing whether it is typhoid or paratyphoid fever, and if it is paratyphoid fever whether it is caused by paratyphi A or paratyphi B. तो ये सब बातें जो है आपको इन विट्रो रिएक्शन से आपको समझ सकती है, right? So this is the third thing. The fourth thing is you can go for detection of non-infectious agents also. जैसे for example, you can talk about enzymes. जैसे आपको अगर liver infections हुए हैं, तो liver infection can be very easily traced out by knowing SPOT and SGOT level या bilirubin. If you find out this, if you detect this in the serum sample, you can very easily come to know whether you are suffering from jaundice or hepatitis. So infectious agent and non-infectious agents can also be detected to know the overall status of an individual, and that you will come to. So that is the importance of in vitro reactions. Talking about in vivo reactions which are not observable. You cannot see the in vivo reactions. They are already taking place in our body. Now, what is the importance of in vivo reaction? The importance of in vivo reaction is that this is responsible for antibody mediated immunity. Antibodies mediated immunity against infectious diseases and tissue injury, it is because of, क्योंकि ultimate aim immune response का क्या है? Elimination of antigen or influence of antigen. So whenever antigen will be getting entry into the host, so what it will do? It will induce the immune system for production of antibodies. Now these antibodies will again combine with this antigen and form an antigen antibody complex, and it will be destroyed. If depending upon the fate of antigen, if it is what you can say extracellular, antibodies will be formed or T cells will be formed, and accordingly it will do. Also in vivo, this is responsible for hypersensitivity reactions and autoimmune diseases, particularly type 1, type 2 and type 3 hypersensitivity reactions are seen, or because of this in vivo antigen antibody reactions, and autoimmune diseases also. Because in autoimmune diseases, what happens? In autoimmune diseases, what happens? Your antigen, self antigen, which actually should be recognized as self, are not recognized as self, and they will be what you can be considered as a foreign, and against them antibodies are formed, and it will be reacting it. So hope you are able to understand this at least up to this level. Are you able to understand? यहाँ तक के समझ में आया?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now coming to the second point, that when you talk about antigen antibody reactions, basically it is stated that antigen antibody reactions takes place at 3 different levels, or 3 stages rather than, you can say, are there of antigen antibody reactions. Now what are these 3 stages? The first stage is primary. This is your first stage. In primary stage of antigen antibody reaction, what happens? Simple thing happens is your antigen, whatever the antigen it is there, this antigen will interact with the antibody. Of course, there is an interaction. Means antigen, when it is introduced, it will induce the immune system for production of antibodies, and after antibodies are formed, it will be interacting with the antibody. So this is a specific reaction. Specific antigen will induce the immune system for production of a specific antibody. Say for example, if this is your antigen and this antigen is having this epitope. Okay, this is the epitope, for example, you can say. So when it will induce the immune system for production of antibodies, the antibodies will be formed, and the antibodies will be like this. Okay, since it will be having a paratope like this. This is the epitope, that is antigenic determinant site, or you can refer it as epitope, and this is paratope. So initially in the primary stage, antigen will interact with the antibody without any visual effect. मतलब आपको दिखेगा नहीं, सिर्फ वर्चुअली आप बोलेंगे कि एंटीजन इज रिएक्टिंग विद एंटीबॉडी. लेकिन ये रिएक्शन क्या हो रहा है पता नहीं. So when a specific antigen interacts with an antibody without any visual interaction or visual effect, this is the first step. And this reaction of antigen, which it is occurring with antibody, this interaction you can say is rapid one. Antigen is allowed to react with antibody. This is a rapid reaction. It can occur simultaneously even at low temperature, but this is a reversible reaction that you need to mind well. This is a first step or primary stage where antigen reacts with antibody. This is a reversible reaction. Antigen antibody complex will be formed without any visual effect. This reaction is reversible. The reason why this reaction is reversible, because it is involving very what you can say weak forces like hydrogen bonds, ionic bonds, hydrophobic interactions, van der Waals forces and ionic bonds. So these are basically the bonds which you can see to be formed between the antigen and antibody, which is taking part in the reaction. So antigen is reacting with antibody. This is the reversible reaction, even can take place at low temperature. Antigen antibody complex formation is there. Whatever antigen is interacting with the antibody, this can get separated, and you can get antigen separated from the antibodies also, or in this direction. So many of the time it not happens that though antigen is able to induce the immune system for production of antibodies, but if the immune system is not sufficient enough to recognize all the epitopes of the antigen, then this interaction will not be that specific. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल थोड़ी देर के लिए सोचो कि एंटीजन ये है, मतलब एंटीजन का एपिटोप ये है और एंटीबॉडी का पैराटोप ये है, तो होगा क्या, ये एंटीजन और ये एंटीबॉडी, ये एंटीजन जब इंटरैक्ट होगा तो वो इस तरह से इंटरैक्ट हो जाएगा, है ना. लेकिन इसमें जो इंटरैक्शन हुआ है, मतलब ये एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी कॉम्प्लेक्स फॉर्म हुआ है, राइट. ये इंटरैक्शन होने के बाद एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी कॉम्प्लेक्स फॉर्म हुआ है, लेकिन ये एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी कॉम्प्लेक्स जो फॉर्म हुआ है ये स्पेसिफिक इंटरैक्शन नहीं है, इसलिए ये हो सकता है कि एंटीजन सेपरेट हो जाएगा एंटीबॉडी से, रिवर्सिबल है. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल थोड़ी देर के लिए ये कंसीडर करो कि आपका हाथ, आपके हाथ में आप एक बॉल रखते हो, आपका हाथ थोड़ी देर के लिए कंसीडर करो, या पाम आपका थोड़ी देर के लिए कंसीडर करो कि ये पैराटोप है, उसके ऊपर आपने बॉल रख दिया एक, वो से एंटीजन का एपिटोप है ना. तो वैसे तो एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शन हो गए हैं, लेकिन आपको किसी ने थोड़ा हिला दिया या गुदगुदी कर दी, फॉर एग्जाम्पल थोड़ी देर के लिए सोचो, और आप हिल गए, तो क्या हो जाएगा, दैट बॉल विल फॉल डाउन, वो एंटीजन नीचे गिर जाएगा, मतलब वो सेपरेट हो जाएगा, राइट. तो यहां जो पहली स्टेज है इसमें यह हो सकता है कि एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी के साथ इंटरैक्ट होने के बाद वो सेपरेट भी हो सकता है, वो सेपरेट भी हो सकता है. और इसका रीजन ये दिया गया है बिकॉज द forces which are involved in the association are weak forces, like hydrogen bond, which is the weakest bond, then ionic bond, hydrophobic interactions, van der Waals forces and ionic bonds. These are the things what are involved in the formation, right? Getting me? Are you getting me?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, another one thing what you should remember during antigen antibody reaction is that the surface antigen only, or the surface antigen or the epitopes on the surface antigen, epitopes of the antigen and paratope. Hope you remember this terminologies, epitope and paratope, right? So epitope of antigen is involved in reaction with the paratope of antibody. and an antigen antibody complex is formed. So this is the, what you can say is the primary stage or the first stage, which is a reversible stage also. It is a reversible stage also. Got it? Coming to the secondary stage. In most of the cases, of course, but not all. In most of the cases, but not all, some of the primary stages may be followed by secondary. Not always. प्राइमरी स्टेज में क्या होता है, ये ध्यान में रखना है आपको. एंटीजन इज इंटरैक्टिंग विथ एंटीबॉडी, इट इज फॉर्मिंग ए एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी कॉम्प्लेक्स विच इज नॉट सीन. पता नहीं है फॉर्म हुआ या नहीं. अब ये अगर पता करना है फॉर्म हुआ है या नहीं, तो इसको अलग से आपको और एक्सपेरिमेंट्स करने पड़ेंगे या टेस्ट करने पड़ेंगे, जिसमें आपको फ्री एंटीजन और फ्री एंटीबॉडीज को आइसोलेट करना पड़ेगा या डिटेक्ट करना पड़ेगा, तो आपको पता चलेगा कि इंटरैक्शन हुआ या नहीं. लेकिन यहां कोई ऑब्जर्वेबल रिएक्शन नहीं दिखता है, इसलिए यह पता भी नहीं चलता है कि यह एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी के साथ रिएक्ट हुआ या नहीं. ठीक है. So in most of the instances, but not all, in some cases, the primary stage of antigen antibody reaction will be followed by secondary stage. Now what happens in the secondary stage? In the secondary stage, if this association remains firm, then it will result into observable effect. ऑब्जर्वेबल इंटरैक्शन, जैसे अग्लूटिनेशन हो सकता है, प्रेसिपिटेशन हो सकता है, इमोबिलाइजेशन हो सकता है, इट कैन बी लिसिस ऑल्सो, लिसिस ऑफ द सेल. ये सब दिखने वाले चीजें हैं. दीज इफेक्ट्स आर डेमोन्स्ट्रेबल इफेक्ट्स, यू कैन सी दिस. सो इन द, जैसे मैंने कहा कि आपका हाथ पाम के ऊपर बॉल है, तो वो गिर सकता है प्राइमरी स्टेज में. लेकिन अगर आपने उसको पकड़ लिया, तो फिर वो गिरेगा नहीं. So that will be there firmly, right? So that is how it. So it leads to the demonstrable events such as precipitation, agglutination, lysis of the cell, killing of the live antigen, that is killing of the live antigen, neutralization of toxin and viruses, including biologically active antigens. It also is responsible for fixation of complement. And while talking about complement system, we have stated that the ultimate aim of complement fixation is lysis, right? Pores are formed. That is also an observable event, and it enhances the phagocytosis. What process is responsible for enhancement of phagocytosis? Which process enhances phagocytosis? Can anybody tell me? In complement system, we have talked about this. It starts with O. Enhancement of phagocytosis. Which process is known to enhance phagocytosis? Have you heard about this? While talking about complement system, we have talked about opsonization. Opsonization, that is coating of a antigen with n number of antibodies. So that is opsonization, which promotes phagocytosis. So it promotes phagocytosis also, and it results into immobilization of motile organisms. This is the observable. So this much of the observable events you can see as a result of your interaction if it enters into the secondary stage. So hope you understood this, that antigen, when is allowed to react with the antibody, it will form primarily a antigen antibody complex, which is not a firm reaction, which is a reversible reaction. But if this bonding remains firm, this will result into a demonstrable event or observable effect, such as precipitation, agglutination, neutralization, immobilization, complement fixation, enhancement of phagocytosis or opsonization, and immobilization of the motile causative organism. So these are the stages, rather you can say, what you will be seeing in the antigen antibody reaction. This is the secondary interaction. Now, whenever you talk about serological reaction, mostly serological reactions are of two steps. First step, primary, and second is secondary stage. The third stage, whatever is we normally see, third stage is the tertiary stage, which is taking place in vivo. The tertiary stage of antigen antibody reaction, it is in vivo reaction. When the interaction is taking place in vivo, when it occurs in vivo, it initiates chain of reactions. Variety of reactions are occurring in chain, that is resulting into neutralization of the foreign particle or injurious antigen which has entered into the host, which if not taken care may damage the host tissue. So this process is continuously going on in the body. This is continuously going on in the body, and therefore when this type of reactions goes on in the body, it is responsible for elimination of the antigen or influence of the antigen from the body. And therefore it is stated that when antigen antibody interactions are taking place in vivo, that is to be considered as the third stage of antigen antibody reaction, which constantly is going on. We are not able to see in vivo interaction. We are not able to see how antigen is stimulating antibody production, how antigen is interacting with the antibody in the primary stage. We are not able to see the secondary stage also, right? Because in vivo reactions are taking place within the host cell, which ultimately results into humoral immune response. It ultimately results into humoral immune response against infectious diseases and other immunological reactions, maybe hypersensitivity. I always used to say that when you talk about immunity, immunity is a term which is protective as well as harmful. So when it is protective, we normally refer it as immunity, but when it is harmful, we normally refer it as hypersensitivity. We normally refer it as hypersensitivity or allergy, right? So this is how in the third stage it interacts. So some of the antigen antibody complex, when reacts in vivo, ultimately it results into neutralization or elimination of this antigen, and antibodies will participate in the reaction and it will destroy it. So this is how the antigen antibody reaction takes place, right? But before going further, the next point what I was supposed to discuss, if type permit, is the general properties of antigen antibody. But before going to general properties of antigen antibody, let us see one concept which is of course an historical event or historical importance it has, is that earlier it was thought that antigen, when is introduced into the host, it is able to produce different types of antibodies, and different types of antibodies or different antigen produces different antibodies and then they react. For many of the years this concept was followed, and therefore depending upon the reaction, observable reaction shown by the antigen, accordingly they were named. I repeat, पहले ऐसा कंसेप्ट था कि एंटीजन वैरायटी ऑफ एंटीबॉडीज डिफरेंट टाइप्स के बनाता है और फिर वो स्पेसिफिक रिएक्शन जब होती है तो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन इट विल रिएक्ट, और ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ दैट क्या कहा जाता था, एंटीबॉडीज को अलग नाम दिए जाते थे. जैसे फॉर एग्जांपल, अगर ऑब्जर्वेबल इंटरैक्शन एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी का अगर अग्लूटिनेशन है, फॉर एग्जांपल द ऑब्जर्वेबल इन्फ्लुएंस इज अग्लूटिनेशन. ओके, ये है ऑब्जर्वेबल इन्फ्लुएंस. तो जो एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शन अग्लूटिनेशन बताता है, अग्लूटिनेशन अगर ऑब्जर्वेबल इफेक्ट है, तो उस एंटीबॉडी को कहा जाता था अग्लूटिनिन और एंटीजन को कहा जाता था अग्लूटिनोजन. I repeat, when an antigen is reacting with an antibody, earlier this was the earlier concept, forming a antigen antibody reaction and resulting into agglutination. This is the observable influence. तो अगर agglutination reaction मिलता है तो accordingly the antigen and antibody were named. तो जो एंटीजन अग्लूटिनेशन रिएक्शन बताता है उसको कहा जाता था अग्लूटिनोजन, एंटीजन का नाम अग्लूटिनोजन और एंटीबॉडी का नाम अग्लूटिनिन. वैसे ही अगर वो प्रेसिपिटेशन रिएक्शन बताता है, एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शन होता है और इंस्टेड ऑफ अग्लूटिनेशन इफ यू गेट प्रेसिपिटेशन रिएक्शन एज एन ऑब्जर्वेबल इन्फ्लुएंस, इन दैट केस the antigen was referred as precipitinogen and the antibody was referred as precipitin. Right? तो इसका मतलब ऐसा तब सोचा जाता था कि जितने एंटीजन उतने एंटीबॉडीज और उतने रिएक्शंस. राइट? लेकिन ये बहुत ज्यादा कंफ्यूजिंग था, इसलिए in 1920 Zenser has put forth a hypothesis referred as Unitarian hypothesis. According to the Zenser, Unitarian hypothesis was put forth in 1920s, and according to this hypothesis, what he says that when an antigen is introduced into the host, this antigen gives rise to the production of antibodies that are capable of showing different reactions. Remember what I am saying, try to understand. Antigen, what is, according to Zenser's Unitarian hypothesis, why this hypothesis was put forth? To remove this complicated nature of nomenclature, right? Because it is very confusing. So what was his hypothesis? He said that antigen, when is introduced into the host, is able to give rise to antibodies. तो ये तो सही बात है कि एंटीजन when introduced into the host will produce antibodies. लेकिन ये जो एंटीबॉडीज है जो फॉर्म हुए हैं, he says that they are capable of showing different interactions. They are able to show different, मतलब इसका कहना यह है कि वो एंटीजन अग्लूटिनेशन भी बता सकता है, वो प्रेसिपिटेशन भी बता सकता है, वो सिलिसिस भी कर सकता है, वो न्यूट्रलाइजेशन भी कर सकता है, सभी टाइप के इंटरैक्शंस वो बता सकता है एंटीबॉडी. सो द एंटीबॉडीज दैट आर formed are capable of producing all different types of interactions, लेकिन depending on the nature of antigen, depending on the nature of antigen. That is to say that antibody यहाँ जो रिएक्शन ऑब्जर्वेबल रिएक्शन मिलता है उसके लिए एंटीबॉडी जरूरी, मतलब एंटीबॉडी इन्फ्लुएंस नहीं करता, तो इन्फ्लुएंस क्या करता है? नेचर ऑफ एंटीजन. द नेचर ऑफ एंटीजन इन्फ्लुएंसेस the observable interaction. जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल अभी ऐसा समझ में आया है कि अगर एंटीजन सोल्यूबल है या एंटीजन पार्टिकुलेट है, तो जिसका जो ऑब्जर्वेबल इंटरैक्शन मिलेगा वो डिफरेंट होगा. मींस एंटीजन when it is allowed to react with a antibody, एंटीबॉडी तो सेम है ना. एंटीबॉडी जैसे यहां कहा है कि एंटीबॉडी इज प्रोड्यूस्ड, but the observable influence will be determined by the nature, that to physical nature of antigen, you can say, not chemical nature, physical nature of antigen या physical state of antigen आप कहिए. For example, if antigen is soluble, it is allowed to react with the antibody, the observable effect will be precipitation. Observable effect will be precipitation. I repeat, when antigen is soluble, is allowed to react with antibody, it will give precipitation. If the same antigen, if the solubility is, if the antigen is particulate, is interacting with the same antibody, a particulate antigen interacting with the same antibody, it will result into precipitation reaction, agglutination reaction. Right? Means what I want to say is the nature of antigen is important. The nature of antigen is important, which will determine the type of observable reaction, whether it will give agglutination reaction or precipitation. So precipitation reaction and agglutination reaction, these are the two most important reactions which are shown by the antigen antibody complex. Right? Now what this, when there will be precipitation reaction, observe, ये है observable influences. Right? अगर एंटीजन एंटीबॉडी रिएक्शन होता है और आपको प्रेसिपिटेशन ऑब्जर्वेबल रिएक्शन दिखता है, इसका मतलब क्या है? एंटीजन कैसा है? एंटीजन का नेचर कौन सा है? अगर प्रेसिपिटेशन रिएक्शन मिलती है तो एंटीजन का नेचर क्या है?
ग्लूटिनेशन,
सोल्यूट है.
यस,
सोल्यूट है.
सोल्यूबल. वेरी गुड. If soluble antigen is there and it is reacting with the antibody and you are getting the reaction will be precipitation. Right? अगर मैं कहता हूं कि मुझे जो दिखा है वो अग्लूटिनेशन रिएक्शन दिख रही है, जैसे जिसका एग्जांपल अपना एबीओ ब्लड ग्रुप सिस्टम है, जिसमें आप आपका ब्लड लेते हो and you allow it to react with serum and you get agglutination. अगर agglutination observable influence दिखता है तो इसका मतलब एंटीजन का फिजिकल स्टेट क्या है? Particulate. Right? So have you understood this? So it is not the antibody which determines the observable effect, but it is the nature of the antigen which is responsible for getting a observable event. Got it?
No.
समझ में आया?
सर हे नेचर
समझ
ऑफ
में आया क्या?
एंटीजन कंफ्यूजिंग है सर. हायपोथेसिस मध्ये सर हे नेचर ऑफ एंटीजन हे कॉन्सेप्ट क्लिअर नाही व्हायला सर.
म्हणजे
सोल्युबल मध्ये एंटीजन पार्टिक्युलेट काही नाही कळालं मला तेवढं.
एक मिनिट परत सांगतो मी. हे बघा, प्रॉब्लेम काय माहितीये का, आपण हा हायपोथेसिस पुढे कशासाठी आला की पूर्वी असं अझम्पशन होतं की जे ऑब्झर्वेबल रिॲक्शन दिसतात अँटीजन अँटीबॉडीच्या इंटरॅक्शन झाल्यानंतर, तर ते जसं मी सांगितलं खूप सारे इंटरॅक्शन्स असू शकतात ना. इलिसिस होऊ शकते, त्याच्यामध्ये न्यूट्रलायझेशन असू शकतं, इमोबिलायझेशन होऊ शकतं, अग्लूटिनेशन हो सकता, प्रेसिपिटेशन हो सकता. सो अर्लियर कंसेप्ट ऐसा था कि एंटीबॉडी के रिस्पांस में अलग अलग एंटीबॉडीज बनते हैं और ये एंटीबॉडीज डिटरमाइन करता है कि क्या रिएक्शन होगा. और उस तरह से उसको अलग अलग नाम दिए जाते थे। जैसे फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर एंटीबॉडी, अगर